Hey everyone, today on People Now, the Golden Globe nominations are here. Which of your favorite movies and shows are competing for the honor?
Did Steve Harvey have another gaffe during the Miss Universe broadcast?
We are all about the Lifetime Christmas movies with Marla Sokoloff. She is chatting with us live.
It's definitely not weird. I mean, I love it.
Mixed-ish star mykal-michelleharris is cracking us up.
Plus,
you might be the key to saving the multiverse.
It's actually one of the least insane things I've ever heard.
the CW's annual Arrowverse crossover is underway. Brandon Routh is here telling us about Crisis on Infinite Earths.
It's live today on People Now. Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to People Now. It is Monday, and it feels
like a Monday.
It does, doesn't it?
Did you have a good weekend?
I had a great weekend. I think that's why it's kind of, the weekend got me in the mood for like the holiday break coming up. You know what I mean?
Same for me. I had my first holiday party.
Yeah.
It was a Survivor holiday party.
I saw pictures.
People that I played with, just talking about our time on the island.
I feel like that kind of situation for fans, like hardcore fans of Survivor, is like mind-blowing to see all those people in one room.
Yeah.
Right?
It was years and years of the show all coming together. But my first holiday party, there's gonna be many more.
I'm also interested in the culture of that because it seems like the Survivor alums love those events and those moments, right?
Oh yeah, they do.
Very cool. All right, well, there's a lot to get to today. We have a big show. The 2020 Golden Globes nominations, they are officially here. We've got a lot to break down. Let's get into it, starting with this. Watch.
What I love about Nicole, she is a mother who plays, really plays.
What I love about Charlie, he loves being a dad. He loves all the things you're supposed to hate, like waking up at night.
She knows when to push me and when to leave me alone.
He never lets other people keep him from what he wants to do.
Dad, you're too far.
I know. It's not easy for her to close a cabinet.
He's incredibly neat.
She's brave.
He's brilliant. He's very competitive.
There we go. Hollywood's award season officially begun. The nominations for the 2020 Golden Globe Awards were announced Monday morning. Some movies already standing out as potential front runners for the big night on January 5th. Marriage Story, which you're seeing there, currently leads the nominations with 6 total, including Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama for Scarlett Johansson, Best Screenplay, and Best Actor for Adam Driver. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and The Irishman are tied with 5 nominations each. Brad Pitt, Joe Pesci, Al Pacino, all in the running for Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture. Joe Pesci got out of his 20-year retirement to star in The Irishman. You can tell the Oscar winner has not lost his touch at all.
Things have gotten out of hand with our friend again. And some people are having serious problems with him. You're gonna have to talk to him and tell him it's what it is.
I could watch it all day. He does such a good job in that film. One name that we were thrilled to see get a nod is Eddie Murphy for Dolomite Is My Name. He's been laying low for the last decade since he lost the Oscar in 2007 for his performance in Dreamgirls. Now he's making a comeback with multiple projects on the horizon, like Coming to America 2 and a stand-up special as well. I'm really pumped about The Irishman, Andrea.
Yeah.
That one for me took the cake. The cast, the writing, the whole thing.
I just started watching Marriage Story last night. It is so good. And I didn't even realize it was going to be nominated that many times, but I am stoked about it, so I can't wait to finish it.
Marriage Story is one of those that's really going to benefit from awards attention. Most people didn't even weren't aware of it. All of a sudden, boom, here it is.
And it's on Netflix. So
yeah, you can watch it, you can pause it, you can walk away. Anyway, all right, here's the full list of movies in the Best Motion Picture Comedy or Musical category. Dolomite's My Name, Jojo Rabbit, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Rocket Man, and Knives Out.
Rocket Man. I love that movie.
Right now, if you did the poll between us, I think Rocket Man takes it, right?
Yeah.
For Best Motion Picture Drama, 1917, Joker, Marriage Story, The Two Popes, and The Irishman. That's a tough category.
Oh, Joker is so good. I gotta finish Marriage Story.
I think
That's really tough.
People love Irishman. I think it goes to Joker.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We can't forget TV. The Golden Globes, of course, honor film and television. Best TV series, comedy or musical. We've got Barry. We've got Fleabag, The Kominsky Method, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and The Politician.
That's tough.
That is a tough one.
Politician's a newcomer. I think that could maybe get...
I think The Politician, because, it came out so strong. I feel like that's something that has a lot of staying power, and people are really loving it.
But obviously, Fleabag.
Let's talk to Best TV Series Drama. Big Little Lies, The Crown, Succession, The Morning Show, and Killing Eve.
It's a lot of good TV. Succession, I'm obsessed with.
A lot of those have been, well, The Crown's got a lot of momentum. I think it would be interesting to see if The Morning Show, because of the momentum, it's fresh, maybe that'll do it. All right, the 2020 Golden Globes will be hosted by Ricky Gervais. He's hosted and roasted before, we know that. The Globes are voted on by the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, which is comprised of journalists from around the world. I'm excited to see Ricky Gervais.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be great.
And at this point, because he always pushes the envelope a bit, when they ask him back, you know he's just gonna push it even more.
I know.
Can't wait. It's already been announced. announced Tom Hanks and Ellen DeGeneres will be taking home prestigious specialty awards that evening. Tom is going to be the recipient of the Cecil B. DeMille Award, which recognizes a lifetime of achievement in film, while Ellen will receive the Carol Burnett Award, which recognizes a lifetime achievement in television. It was, of course, named after the legendary actress Carol Burnett and was first awarded to Carol Burnett at the 2019 Golden Globes. The Globes are set to take place January 5th at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in LA. We can't wait.
Yes, so in honor of award season officially beginning, we want to know your favorite part of the big event. Is it seeing all the stars come together? Maybe you love all the red carpet fashion. You might love watching what happens during the show. Or how about those epic after-party pics? Vote in our People poll. Let us know your thoughts using the hashtag PeopleNow.
We're going to check in on those results a little later, but for now, we move on to this. The Miss Universe organization is defending this year's host, Steve Harvey, after he appeared to have announced the wrong winner in the costume competition on Sunday. Now, in a statement to People, the organization said this: Miss Universe Philippines, Gazini Ganados, is the winner of the Miss Universe 2019 National Costume Competition. As part of the broadcast, we also featured Miss Universe Malaysia, Shweta Sakon's national costume. No mistakes regarding the national costume winner were made by him, the prompter, or production. That was their statement. In case you missed it, Steve was announcing Miss Philippines as the winner, and a picture of her came up behind him, but it was Miss Malaysia who was standing next to him in costume. So Harvey quickly reacted, addressing the show's producer, saying, "Okay, well, let me explain something to you. I just read that in the teleprompter. Y'all got to quit doing this to me." He adds, "See, this is what they did to me back in 2015. Played me short like that. This is Malaysia. I really love this national costume of Malaysia. This is crazy." That was his quote as the whole thing kind of played out. But back in 2015, Harvey received major backlash after accidentally announcing that the winner was Miss Colombia when the winner was actually Miss Philippines. The moment went viral, and after the mix-up, Harvey and Miss Colombia eventually became friends. In March 2018, Harvey had her on his talk show. They discussed how they had moved past that mishap. He revealed that Miss Colombia's family was really kind to him, and she said that the moment changed her life forever. Glad it all worked out. All right, J.P. Rosenbaum facing a terrifying and rare disorder. On Sunday, the Bachelorette alum announced on Instagram that he had been diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome, which is a neurological disorder where the body's immune system mistakenly attacks the peripheral nervous system.
Things you do every day, like picking up this phone or buttoning buttons, tying shoelaces, putting on deodorant, just can't do it.
In a series of Instagram stories from the hospital, JP details the struggles that come along with that disorder. Later in his stories, he calls the diagnosis surreal and humbling. Guillain-Barré is a rare condition that affects about 1 in 100,000 people a year. According to the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke, the symptoms' impact can vary from person to person, causing anything from mild weakness in the body to a devastating paralysis. Symptoms usually begin with a tingling in the legs or hands and progress to weakness in both sides of the body that increases in intensity as hours or days go by. But luckily, JP says that they caught it early enough to start treatment right away. JP shares 2 kids with his wife, former Bachelorette Ashley Herbert Rosenbaum, who also posted about her husband's condition on her Instagram. In an Instagram story of her own, she revealed that JP was doing well, and she added, "It may be a long road to full recovery, but we are so grateful to everyone that has helped us to get to speedy diagnosis and treatment." In JP's stories, he went on to say that it appeared his symptoms had steadied, but that doctors would be monitoring him over the next few days. And he says, quote, "I feel pretty much the same as I have all day, which I think is a good sign. From what I'm told, my symptoms have hopefully plateaued and not gotten any worse." We, of course, wish him a speedy recovery. Well, it feels like 2009 here. Fat Joe has a new album out, and Nick Cannon and Eminem are beefing again. Over the weekend, the rap world was watching intently as Nick and Eminem went at it again. Nick calling Eminem a grandpa in response to Eminem dissing Nick and Mariah Carey yet again on a new song. So here we go. While praising Fat Joe's new album, Nick called out Eminem, writing in part on Instagram, "Fat Joe's album is fire emojis, star-studded. He even did some charity work and dug Eminem out his grave, cave." Nick also challenged Eminem to join him on his MTV comedy battle show Wild 'N Out's. According to E! News, Nick also responded to the diss on his Power 106 radio show, poking fun at Eminem's age, joking that Eminem should get out of his wheelchair and bring his walker. So what exactly got Nick this fired up? Well, Fat Joe's new album dropped on Friday, featuring Eminem in a song called Lord Above. In it, Eminem claims Mariah Carey had Nick neutered and that he tried to warn him that Mariah was a nut job. That's the quote. Eminem also raps, "I let her chop my blank off too before I lose to you, Nick." the rapper making the eunuch part sound like he's calling Nick a eunuch.
Okay, got it.
AKA a castrated man. Are you following?
Yes, following.
Some subtle digs here, some more overt, some need a little spelling out. Their beef dates back to the time when Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon were married in 2008, but the couple split in 2016. All had been quiet between Eminem and Nick Cannon since 2010, but their feud was reignited by Nick when he brought it up in a podcast back in September. He said at the time that he wanted to fight Eminem in person, telling Eminem, "I'm not going to be able to out-rap you, but I will whoop your ass."
All right, there you go.
What will happen?
I don't know.
Will he go on Wild and Out? I doubt it, but it would
Probably not.
be epic if it would happen. All right, you've got more for us on Star Trek.
I do. We are kicking off Star Trek today with a Kardashian calamity, all right? On Sunday's episode, Kim and Khloe confront Kourtney about her unwillingness to open up about her personal life on camera. Now, the sisters become suspicious of Kourtney after she appears to have a hickey on her neck, refuses to talk about it. So just like any normal sibling relationship, Kim and Khloe take matters into their own hands and ambush her. Watch.
Whose house is this?
We thought you were.
I'm here for a meeting. Do you want to come inside?
Possibly.
I'm not literally dating anybody.
But we don't know, because we don't know anything about you.
What if I actually was? Then what? Like, you bring the cameras here? It's so disrespectful.
Actually, it would be on camera.
If I have boundaries, respect them.
Dramatic music, too. Kim then tells the camera that the whole point of the show is to be open and honest, and the sisters continue to go on and criticize Kourtney.
But you don't give anything.
Right. I
You
don't want
coast.
to share some personal things.
You think it's fair that you just coast through life?
But what's important to you to share and important, I said
What's
I will not
important to
share
me
my relationship.
It's nothing. I would rather
That's
share
it.
never a thing.
Okay, but I shared my breakdown, crying about having anxiety. I share other things.
You shared that. That happened naturally on camera.
But I'm not like, turn the cameras off.
And Kourtney tells the camera, quote, "My sisters are pretty nosy when it comes to anything in my life," and she adds, "I try to keep certain things private." Kim and Khloe point out that they both had to share things that they rather wouldn't, but in turn, they've also filmed some of their fondest memories and life milestones. Then later on in the show, the sisters call Kourtney, and Kim suggests Kourtney leave the show, saying, "We have a proposal for you. It starts with an F, ends with a D." Kourtney snaps back, saying, "I'm down," and then hangs up and texts Khloe that she feels disrespected. Khloe then gets Kris Jenner involved and tells her mom, as her manager, "You should want this show to be successful. You should talk to Kourtney, say, 'Okay, Kourtney, if you're not willing to bring anything to the table, then you're done.'" Very dramatic. We'll have to see what happens. Honestly, it's gotta be hard to share all those details about your life and who you're dating and every person you're seen with. But that's what you signed up for, I guess, for that show.
Exactly
All right, moving on to this. Josh Duhamel is officially moving on from his ex-wife, Fergie. Josh attended a holiday party with model Audra Mari on Saturday night in Los Angeles. A source tells People, quote, "They were basically together all night at the party, and she was also with another female friend. He was introducing her to people at the party." Okay, Josh wore a camel-colored sweater under a black jacket for the holiday party, completing the look with gray jeans, red laced boots. Audra kept things classy in a black dress and shoes. Josh and Audra had been romantically linked for several months. A source tells People they've known each other for quite some time, began dating 7 or 8 months ago. He's really happy with her. Now, back in October, the two were spotted showing some PDA at the Toronto airport. And just last week, a friend posted a mirror selfie with the couple after a workout. Her friend captioned the post, "Couples who Pilates together get whatever, they're just hot." To which Mari commented, "You're the best." Now, Josh's holiday outing took place about 2 weeks after his divorce from Fergie was finalized. Fergie filed for divorce in late May after 8 years of marriage. The two first announced their split in a joint statement obtained by People back in September of 2017, and they share 6-year-old son Axel Jack. Now, Josh expressed his desire to have more children a year ago while on the Armchair Expert podcast with Dax Shepard. He said, quote, "I'm not 30 years old anymore, I'm 45. I want to have more kids in the next few years, so it's more about finding someone young enough to have kids." He added, "It's not as if I'm out there just trying to bleep anything. That's not who I am. I'm trying to find a girl that I can be with and have a family with." Which, that quote is a little harsh. I mean, you can have kids with someone older than 25. Maybe you just want to date a young hot model, right?
Who knows?
Jerry, I'm going to stay silent on this one. All right, work hard, play hard. Miranda Lambert and her husband, Brendan McLaughlin, enjoyed the Hawaiian sun over the weekend. Miranda was in Hawaii to perform at the annual BMI Maui Songwriters Festival. And while she was there to perform, it's great to see the two made the work trip a romantic getaway, had a blast. Miranda shared these photos on Instagram with the caption, "Thank you, BMI Songwriters Festival, for having us back this year. Maui is a magical place. Playing music here with great friends is a dream. Headed home for family time. Now, Miranda and Brandon seem to both be enjoying their traveling together. Last month, Miranda told people how grateful she was to have a husband who likes to move around. She told us, quote, "My husband is very open and happy to travel, could be ready to go anywhere in 15 minutes. I love that. Kind of met a kindred spirit there." Now, that's surely not the only thing she loves about Brendan. She tells people that she's a creeper wife. So if you don't know, she was referring to the very playful photos that she sneaks and posts of him on social media. She says, "I creep on him doing things shirtless, use it for my own benefit." Love it, and these two seem very happy together. Those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, stay with us. We're getting into the holiday spirit with actress Marla Sokoloff. Plus, Up, Up, and Away, Brandon Routh. He's going to be here in studio talking all things Superman and Arrowverse. There's a lot to break down. Stick around. Last week, we showed you how to get through winter with some stylish trends that we're stealing from the stars. Today, we're jazzing it up for the holidays.
Yes, so it's such a fun time of the year with all the lights and holiday traditions, but you can't forget about that festive fashion. It's all brought to you by Old Navy.
All right, a great way to stay stylish and warm is with some fuzzy and fun velvet. We're loving Priyanka Chopra Jonas's take on the fabric here in pastel green. Wouldn't necessarily think of it for the holidays, but with this fabric, it really does have that holiday feel.
Yeah, she looks really great. And I love how she paired the solid color with patterned pumps. Now, black velvet is always a great go-to during the holidays. Kelly Rowland went with this long belted jacket look. We're loving how she accessorized with all the bling, the chandelier earrings, studded gloves, a nice festive touch.
Yeah, now if you want to go maybe a bit bolder, look at Zendaya and the color of the season. She is slaying this fierce red velvet jacket, matching pant getup. She even added a red velvet hat and polka dot scarf. Love the little satin trim on the side of the pants as well. It's all put together.
Hat.
Yeah.
Really cute. Well, satin can be a chic holiday fabric as well. So elegant, perfect for a fun holiday party. Take Julianne Moore, who rocked this red satin suit paired with a darker red high neck blouse. Love the contrast here.
Now, following suit, yes, pun intended, Ellie Goulding, who went for more of a satin pajama look here. It's all the rage, it turns out. Why not go to a holiday party as comfy as possible? I like the idea. She's in a winter white champagne here. Stays on trend with an iced out necklace and earrings. That really kind of makes it a little more upscale, I guess.
Yeah, and we are loving this evergreen satin look Jennifer Lopez wore. It's really all about those Christmas colors. We love how she paired those satin pants with the same color on top, but broke up the look a little bit with a black and white handbag. So stylish, but of course it's J-Lo.
She can do whatever she wants, right?
Yeah.
We can't forget about embracing patterns this winter. Plaid, it's a huge holiday staple, has been incorporated a lot this season. Hilary Duff rocking this plaid blue trench coat with a satin black top underneath. Love the kind of crossbody bag, the pink suede, open heel platform shoes. It makes the whole look pretty unique.
Yes, now Iggy Azalea put her own spin on plaid here with this orange and black overcoat and skirt. She went a little retro with a black patterned undershirt. This entire look has somewhat of a punk vibe that Iggy pulls off really well with those black high boots and hoop earrings.
Looking good. And a look that would be a hit at any holiday party is this pleather and plaid ensemble Real Housewife Kenya Moore wore while strutting down the streets of New York City. The blue plaid skirt is a perfect match to her puff sleeve black shirt. The red knee-high boots, it really completes the whole thing. She's dialed in.
All right, Miley Cyrus won't let anyone mess with her freedom. So over the weekend, Miley got 2 new tattoos to join her body art collection amid her ongoing divorce from ex Liam Hemsworth.
Miley was inked by celebrity tattoo artist Daniel Winter, a.k.a. Winterstone, who shared some pictures of the new tattoos on his Instagram page. She got the word freedom delicately written across her hand right above the knuckles. Daniel Winter revealed in the post that it was accomplished by using a single needle, in case you're wondering. Miley sings about freedom in her 2019 track Mother's Daughter. She said, "So don't blank with my freedom." So she has said the word before.
All right, on Sunday, Daniel shared the second tattoo that Miley had inked, which was a sentimental note she received from Yoko Ono. The tattoo reads, "I'm proud of you, Yoko," with Yoko's handwriting on Miley's left shoulder.
Last year, Miley,
cool.
oh yeah, it is. Last year, Miley covered Yoko Ono and John Lennon's Happy Christmas, War is Over with Mark Ronson and the couple's son, Sean Ono Lennon. Here's a quick listen.
So beautiful. I really like that she has that note on her, right?
Yeah.
It's a really important thing that she did, and I think it's really cool. Now, the fresh ink comes months after Liam Hemsworth filed for divorce from Miley in August, shortly after they announced that they were ending their 7-month marriage.
Miley went on to date The Hills' New Beginning star Caitlyn Carter, though they ended that whirlwind romance in late September. And following Caitlyn, Miley began dating Australian musician Cody Simpson.
And in October, she and Cody got matching tattoos, taking their date night to a celebrity tattoo artist's private studio. Cody got a skull and crossbones line drawing, backed by the Grim Reaper's signature, tattooed on his right chest, while Miley got a bleeding heart with a knife pierced through it, tattooed on the back of her right arm.
The latest episode of People Magazine Investigates explores Memphis Blues, the murder of NBA star Lorenzen Wright. In the early hours of July 19, 2010, a 911 dispatcher received a cryptic call when suddenly 11 gunshots rang out. The call faded into silence, and then days later, authorities found Wright's remains in the woods outside the Memphis area.
Yeah, the Memphis Grizzlies player was beloved by fans, using his celebrity status to raise money for charities and gave motivational speeches to inner-city youths. Wright was described as a funny and lovable guy who wasn't stuck up and was approachable to the community. The sentiment was, you couldn't not love the guy.
The case went unsolved for more than 7 years, but then in December 2017, police made an arrest. For more on this story, watch People Magazine Investigates Memphis Blues when it premieres tonight on Investigation Discovery.
Well, that's not your impression of me, is it?
I'll call you back. Cassie, I'm such a huge fan of yours, and, well, I've been listening to your Christmas music ever since I was a kid, and they just wanted to hear me play something.
Well, you've got a nice set of pipes, don't you?
I don't know.
Well, I didn't just fall off the turnip truck, honey. I know a good voice when I hear one.
All right, can you imagine singing in front of Marie Osmond? Well, Marla Sokoloff did just that for Lifetime's The Road Home for Christmas, and she joins us live from our LA studio to tell us all about it. Welcome, how's it going?
Hi, how are you?
Good, it's good to talk to you. So be real, how nervous were you to sing in front of Marie Osmond?
It was definitely nerve-wracking. I mean, I've always been a huge fan of hers, as I'm sure everybody is. So yeah, I was definitely very nervous to meet her and to obviously perform in front of her.
Yeah, what was your favorite part about working with her?
Gosh, I don't know. I mean, I think anytime you meet a celebrity that you've always looked up to, I think just knowing that they're a nice, kind person, first and foremost, was the most exciting part about working with her, because, you know, sometimes when you meet people that you're a fan of and that you respect, you know, sometimes they're not always like the most friendly, so just knowing that she was incredibly nice was exciting for me. And a story that I keep telling over and over about her is that, you know, she has the same team that she's had since she was like 14 years old, the same hair and makeup people that travel with her, which I think is just a testament to who she is as a person and how kind she is, that, you know, she just has, you know, just a great group of people around her.
That makes a lot of sense. And the movie is available on Lifetime now. I hear that you kind of watched it together as a family with your girls.
I did. I was actually away working when it aired, so when I came home, we all, you know, sat down as a family and watched it together, because that's what's so great about these, you know, Christmas movies, especially the ones that are on Lifetime. They're just, you know, perfect for family. So we all sat down and watched it together. They all knew the music beforehand because I was rehearsing at home before I left, all of the Christmas music. So they loved the music.
Like, finally, it all makes sense.
And
right.
It's so sweet you had that family time.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
they're like, that's what you've been away doing all this time.
You're also the director of Christmas Hotel. It's your first time as a movie director. So what was the biggest challenge for you?
For me, I think it was just getting people to trust me as a director. A lot of the crew I had recently worked with on The Road Home, so, you know, because we were back in Utah. So for me, it was, you know, just making that transition from them knowing me as an actress, you know, and trusting me as a director.
Yeah, and I feel like when you're stepping into something new, sometimes you have that voice in your head that can get negative. How do you get past the little voice in your head that maybe makes you second-guess decisions as a director?
Yeah, I mean, I think in anything in life, we all have that voice in our head, right? So I just try to push it aside and just pretend that I have confidence in myself, and, you know, which I, you know, ultimately do, but, you know, there's that little voice in our heads, and just keep moving forward. And yeah, I don't know. I think that's like the hardest part about any new thing in life is, you know, to just have that confidence.
Yeah, the movie stars Tatiana Ali, Sean Patrick Thomas. Tatiana just gave birth a few months ago. How much did that impact filming with the timing of things and however that was playing out?
You know what, it didn't impact filming at all, because she is such a professional as an actress, and she is a superhero mom. So if you didn't know that she had just had a baby, you would have no idea, because she, you know, was on set, she knew her lines, she just killed it. Every take, super professional, and then she would go to her trailer and feed her baby while she had her, you know, other young son next to her. everything that she did was just so impressive to me as a mom and as an actress. Everybody on set just couldn't believe, she just killed it. She's like just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, we're sure being involved with both of these Christmas films has you very excited for the holidays. What's one tradition you have that you're most excited for? Or do you and your girls have a favorite tradition?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been living Christmas since June, to be honest. I cannot believe that I'm not sick of Christmas yet.
Yeah.
We've been blasting Christmas music in the car, and I'm still like just so happy to be in the Christmas spirit. One tradition, let me see. Well, this year we're doing stockings, and we just got all these personalized stockings. That's the first time that we've done that. We normally just do normal stockings, so this year we have them personalized. But a tradition, I would say, like just the gingerbread house. We love doing that. We just did it yesterday. So that's our big tradition, building the gingerbread house and decorating it. That's like one of our favorite things to do. So yesterday.
Yeah, that's cute. All right, we want to take a walk down memory lane with you with the game we like to call Oh Snap. All right, so we're going to show you a picture, get your reaction. It's from your past. All right, let's start with this first picture.
Here we go. A little Full House action here. What do you make of that when you think back about those days and kind of flashing back to Full House, the original Full House, not Fuller. We're talking the original.
Right. Gosh, I think what a baby. First of all, I cannot believe how young I was, and just so fun. That was such a great time in my life. I was such a huge fan of that show, so to be able to be on it was just a gift, and I was so excited and such a huge fan of Stephanie Tanner, aka Jodie Sweetin. I was just beyond excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Fuller House Season 5 just dropped on Friday. We know your girls are fans of the show. Have they watched it yet? What do they think?
I mean, my daughter was just so enraged that she had to go to school on Friday. She woke up that morning, she knew that it had dropped, and she for sure thought that I was gonna let her stay home from school. I don't know why. And then when she got home from school, I don't even think she took her backpack off. I mean, she just like beelined for the TV and watched the entire season that day. I'm a little embarrassed to admit that I let her binge watch the entire first half of the season, but I didn't have a choice.
No shame in that. Absolutely not. How did it feel, though, wrapping the show this time around? What was the feeling?
I mean, it was definitely sad, I just love all of those people so much. I feel like it's such a gift to have a successful show one time, but to be able to do it twice with people that you really genuinely enjoy being around. I'm gonna just, miss seeing them so often. But we're gonna see each other tomorrow night already, so.
Oh, what's going on tomorrow?
We're gonna keep it up. We're all gonna get together and watch some of the episodes together. So we're gonna be live streaming it on Instagram.
Cool.
All right, we have another photo. Here we have a photo of you on the set of Friends. You played one of Joey's sisters. Yeah, what comes to mind when you see a photo like this?
I mean, again, such a huge fan of that show that I remember when I got the audition for it, I was just possessed and obsessed with getting the role. And then when I actually got the role, I couldn't believe it. Just being on that set with those actors, nerves also. I see a lot of nerves in that photo because just a lot of talented comedic actors surrounding me, and I was just convinced I was not, worthy of being in the presence of any of them. So I still just can't believe that I was able to, be a part of that show.
Well, let's just say this. Lots of reports that a potential reunion could be in the works. I mean, sounds like you would be a person that would love to be involved in that, if it should happen. Maybe get those nerves going again.
Yeah, I'll do another reboot. That'd be great. I would love it.
That'd be great. Well, we hope it happens. Fingers crossed for all of us that it does happen.
Yeah.
All right, Marla, thank you so much for joining us. And everyone, make sure you catch Christmas Hotel.
Thank you
when it
so much
premieres
for having me.
December 21st at 8 p.m. Eastern on Lifetime.
My little brother Johan looked at everything like one great big magical adventure. My little sister Santa Monica complained like a woman with no kids on her third divorce, which interestingly enough, she would eventually become.
Mixed-ish chronicles the life of Blackish character Rainbow Johnson as she remembers growing up in a mixed-race family in the 1980s.
Starring as Rainbow's younger sister, Santa Monica, is 7-year-old mykal-michelleharris. And though she may be new to Hollywood, she definitely gets recognized.
Usually I'm at like the park and something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a little girl from Mixed-ish. You're so cool. Can I take a picture with you? That was pretty cool. But this one time, I was at the Cheesecake Factory at the Grove, and right behind me was a poster of Mixed Dish. And so my mom took a picture, and she was like, she put in, it's like eating with yourself, because I was eating at the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
But it's like eating with myself.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah, what was it like the first time you got recognized? Was it a bit confusing or was it weird for you?
It's definitely not weird. I mean, I love being recognized. But I forget where I was. I think I was like at a gift shop or something. I don't know. I think I was at a hotel.
Okay.
I think I was at a hotel staying there because my house was too far away from the thing. I really don't remember.
Okay.
It's been a lot of times.
It's been many times. I mean, who can remember? And at your age, it's happened for years. The life of a star. Can't even remember. On and off the show, though, Mykal-Michelle is the youngest sibling in her family. So what do her real-life siblings think of her new stardom?
I live in California, but the oldest siblings, which are 25 and 19, I think. Yeah, 25 and 19. They live in New York, so they're always like, they see me on ginormous posters, and they're always like, oh my gosh, look, she's here, she's there. Oh! So that's pretty cool. And then the youngest brother, which is the oldest youngest.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense at all. But
No, I got it, okay.
We call him our nutty professor, and he's always walking around saying, oh my gosh, that's my sister.
Because they're not actors. You're the only actor of the family?
No, I'm the actor because no one has the energy and the style that I do.
She is so cute. I want to bottle up that energy.
I know, right? I want to bottle up her confidence. I wish I had it. Mixed Dish takes place during Rainbow and Santa Monica's childhood during the 80s. Now, Mykal-Michelle obviously wasn't born to see all the great stuff that the 80s had to offer, but she shared with us some of the very 80s things that she's learned so far on the show.
I've learned about VHS tapes, where it's like a little thing you shove in the TV and then it plays like a video thing. And then I've learned about boombox tapes. Now my sister, she had to put a boombox tape in the boombox, and she put it in, and the case was still on the tape, and so she put it in, and nothing was playing.
Because she didn't know that she had to take it out, right?
So then she had to take it out, yeah.
Like the mixtape.
So they were always like, we gotta give you some lessons on learning how to put that in, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the style and maybe some of the clothes that you got to wear?
Oh my gosh, the clothes, the hairstyles, that's pretty awesome. I mean, those big clothes, I had to dress like Miss Cyndi Lauper because, of course, Santa Monica loves Cyndi Lauper and Madonna. So that happened. And I just was, I was like, Mom, I know it's near Christmas, but next Halloween, can you ask wardrobe to get me some of these clothes, please?
I bet they'll hook her up, right?
I think so.
And in honor of Mykal-Michelle's love of the 80s, she even showed off her epic Vogue moves for us. Look at her go.
Oh my goodness. While she's a huge fan of Cyndi Lauper and Madonna, Mykal-Michelle shared her all-time favorite recording artist and possibly her all-time favorite person ever.
The person I like the most and the person that is the coolest to me is definitely Miss Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And you got to present an award to her, right?
Exactly.
At the Power of Women event?
Yes.
So, I mean, what did you say to her? What was that moment like for you?
Okay, so I had a script, and I memorized the script, and I was stopping for people to clap, so I was like, so they would clap in between. So,
luckily, those clap breaks gave you an opportunity to look at the script again, right? Yeah.
And that moment when she came out and I presented the award to her, oh my gosh, that was like the best moment of my entire life right there.
What a cutie. I loved her so much. All right, you can see more of Mykal-Michelle Harris in ABC's Mixed Dish, airing Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern.
My friends, my wife. I lost everyone in one fell swoop.
Almost as if you've been through more loss than any mortal man could endure.
I think we just found our paragon.
We need you to come back with us. I know this sounds insane, but you might be the key to saving the multiverse.
It's actually one of the least insane things I've ever heard. First, stay and face Luther.
The CW's epic yearly Arrowverse crossover is already underway. Part 1 of Crisis on Infinite Earths began last night on Supergirl. Part 2 airs tonight on Batwoman. We're joined now by Legends of Tomorrow star Brandon Routh, who'll be in all 5 parts. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Great to talk to you. Can I just say this quickly? Swapping notes here on having a little 7-year-old girl versus a little 7-year-old boy. Your son is kind of the hopeless romantic, it turns out.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
He's had a few crushes already in his 7 years.
It is 7 years. It moves quick. How do you
deal with that?
Yeah. Well, you just have to let it breathe and talk to him about it, and it's real. You can't pretend. You don't have to push it away. You let him experience the whole thing.
Are you a romantic guy? Like, do you think he gets that from you, or is it more from your wife?
I don't know. I mean, we're both actors, so we feel passionately.
Passionate, yeah.
His mom is more okay with feeling passionately. I'm more reserved in my Iowa upbringing, but at heart, I'm a romantic.
Reserved.
And what does he make of you two being on TV? You being a superhero?
It's just natural for him,
Yeah.
He's got a mom who's a fairy godmother and witch on Legends of Tomorrow, playing Nora Dark, Kourtney Ford, my wife, and me playing Ray Palmer and Superman. So it's very weirdly natural for him. We try to explain it. He's been to set many times, and he understands that we're actors, but he still wants to pretend that I'm Superman.
Yeah.
He's like, Dad, really, come on, like. I know you have to tell everybody else that you can't fly. I know you can't do. I know you're not from Krypton. I know you're from. You're not an alien, but I know that you're Superman. So why don't you just tell me? Just
like it's me.
Be straight
just
with
me
me.
and you. Yeah, right. That's just hoping so badly.
Yeah.
Which it turns out, being Superman on TV and movies makes you a disappointment as a father, because you can't live up to that, my friend.
Well, so far he still thinks I'm Superman. Though,
Okay.
so it's good.
So for now, as long as you can hold out. All right, let's talk about this. Part 2 airs tonight. Part 3 is on The Flash tomorrow.
Yes.
Then we don't get the final 2 episodes until after the new year, January 14th.
It's a big wait.
That is a big wait. How much of a cliffhanger is there going to be in Part 3?
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. I mean, there's a very epic stuff that happens at the end, as I recall, of the end of the Flash episode.
Okay.
So it's going to be a challenging Christmas, New Year's.
Enough to make us angry as we have to wait, right?
Maybe. A whole mix of emotions. We're going to play with them a little bit. That's
all right.
the whole. Roller coaster we're going on here.
Yeah, and we know that in this crossover, you're playing your usual character, Ray the Atom, also reprising Superman. You played in 2006 for Superman Returns. So how surreal is it to kind of get back in this role?
It's very surreal. It's an amazing opportunity to come back and be this character again, with the 13 years of life experience and wisdom that I've gained being a father, and I feel much more like I've matured into the role of Superman.
Yeah.
I loved your Superman movie.
Thank you.
And seems like obviously a natural thing to do. Does reprising the role in this way, does it feel like new life into that character for you, or is it kind of a sense of closure from what happened before in terms of having the movie?
Both. I mean, it's very compressed because it's such a finite experience to play it for the crossover, and of course you're sharing the screen with all these other superheroes. So in the movie it was all about Superman. Here it's everybody and another Superman. So that was a different experience, but great. Definitely, I feel like I resolved some dreams and aspirations that I had back then, and closed some doors that were still left open playing the character, but also got to do things slightly differently, even though I'm essentially playing the same character, just years in the past.
Sure.
Okay.
In the future.
Yeah, so same Superman as the film, just maybe more mature.
Yes. Certain things have happened that we're using the Kingdom Come storyline kind of in this version of Superman. So it's as if Superman Returns happened, and then Kingdom Come events. Some of the Kingdom Come events happened. Loss of family and friends happened to the same Superman.
All right, so you're spelling it out some, but let's kind of unpack this. It's a little complicated. So in the crossover, Tom Welling reprising his role of Clark Kent from Smallville.
Yes.
Tyler Hoechlin also playing his Superman from Supergirl.
Yes.
You're in there.
Yeah.
So what can you tease about the interplay between all of these Supermen and Clarks?
It's very interesting. I've never played opposite of Superman before.
Right.
So, and even in the other past crossovers, I never worked with Tyler. So it was very cool to have both as Clark, working against another Clark, and as Superman. There they are, and Tom. And I didn't get an opportunity to work with Tom, but with Tyler. Having two Supermen be in the same room, and just to have us work, it was just a very cool, weird, and surreal experience itself. And then I got to also play against Tyler as Ray Palmer and the Atom and do all that kind of stuff with everyone else too.
I just have this vision of you all standing around backstage looking in mirrors in the Superman, like saying the same line different ways. I'm Superman. No, I am Superman. Like kind of testing the waters.
Well, the good thing is we both have different approaches to the character.
Right.
So that was good. There's no, it was. We all checked our egos at the door. And there to serve the greater purpose of the show and the DC.
Well, from what we've seen, it works.
Yeah, but then there's also even another Superman, Henry Cavill, and his take on it. And what do you make of his take of Superman?
Well, he was given a very different storyline and version of the character in regards to Superman Returns. So, I think what he did with the role, what he was given his opportunity, he did a very fine job. Had I had the same storyline, I don't know how I would have handled that, because to me, it's very different than the Superman that I love.
Entirely different world. Entirely different role,
of the version that I had of the character.
Let's talk about this. The Arrowverse show, Legends of Tomorrow, actually has its season 5 premiere in January, a week after having a special episode in the crossover.
Yeah.
So I guess you've been on the show since it started, leaving the season. You posted on Instagram in late October that you wrapped your final day.
Yeah.
What kind of emotion did you have in that moment on the final day?
Oh, it was very emotional, that whole experience. We were filming the crossover as we were finishing the last episode of Legends of Tomorrow for me. So we're finishing the Legends of Tomorrow Crisis episode as I was finishing the Legends of Tomorrow final episode for me, which are both different episodes. So it was very strange. I've been a part of that show for 5 years. The last season 4, was arguably our best, most critically acclaimed. People finding our show, realizing how awesome and quirky and weird it is, being up there, spending the last 3 seasons working with opposite my wife, and watching Nora and Ray and their relationship grow, and the fans loving the growth of those two characters and interplay with all the other legends. It's been an amazing experience, and I'm definitely sad to have it be the end, but grateful for the opportunity, and I think people are going to be very entertained by that.
I mean, is there any chance that your character doesn't survive the Arrowverse? Or are we going to see you in the new official season?
Ray's, Ray. It's a nice ending for Ray. So he's not,
cryptic over here.
Nothing too tragic.
Some shadowy answers. So we'll see what happens. Your wife, Kourtney Ford's character in the show, also leaving the season.
Yes.
So how's she taking the end, right? I mean, you're both kind of having this moment of closure together, which is pretty interesting.
Looking beautiful. It's we love these characters, and we'd worked together before in the past, but never done really comedy together. And she's really grown in her comfort with comedy. She was always funny, but because my character has a comedic background, getting to work together, the two of us, and do the comedy and play off each other has been really amazing, and just keeps building and building into the episodes this season. There are some really fantastic episodes this season with just, she's killing it with comedy, and we get to do it together.
That's really cool, yeah.
It must be cool also to have this new experience with her and kind of learn more things about her.
Indeed, I'm always learning things from her. I've learned to, our relationship kind of parallels Ray and Nora a little bit, and that's why we love these characters so much, because learning the balance between light and dark, about kind of drama and comedy, right? So you can't, if you're just having fun all the time and kind of escaping the real nitty-gritty of life, you can have an imbalance. And that's me. And she was, more rooted in truth and honesty and letting life in, the hard times of life. And so we found a balance together, and Ray represents the light and Nora kind of represents the dark. She was a demon for a long time, and now she's a good guy, had this whole huge
kind of evolution,
change,
right?
and they both changed each other and made each other more balanced. So it's a really unique opportunity to kind of bring these characters and this relationship to the show.
I would just say this: if you can, and when you can learn to make each other laugh, I feel like that kicks up the romance in the relationship, right?
Absolutely. I mean,
have you found that to be true?
You have to have levels, and for us to be able to have such a great working relationship, is great too, because it's different going to work, and they're at work. and we communicate, differently and sometimes better at work, more clearly, because we have to be there for everyone else, and so we have to, learn to communicate better.
Yeah,
that's great.
Thank you so much for stopping
great to talk to
by.
you. Yeah.
Congrats on everything. Everyone, make sure to watch him tonight on Batwoman, which is part 2 of the 5-part Arrowverse crossover, and every other part after that.
All right, we're taking one last look at our question of the day. We want to know your favorite part of the Golden Globes and the nominations.
Let's see.
Oh, and just what's going on the show.
The
right? The red
fashion.
carpet fashion, yeah.
That's always really fun.
It's always a little surprising.
No
to me
one
how
likes
much
the
people-
after party bits? Okay. We'll be asking you a new question of the day tomorrow on People Now, so tune in for that.
And coming up tomorrow, we're joined live by the illusionist, magic of the holidays magician Eric Chen, who's doing an epic card trick for us. I saw the show Friday, and I cannot wait for you to see what they have in store.
Yes, plus more with Julianne and Derek Huff. Derek reveals to us whether he'd ever return to Dancing with the Stars. All right, thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Punky Brewster herself. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Soleil Moonfry, and this is One Last Thing. Okay, the last show that I binge watched was The Act.
Everything I do for her.
My mom is my best friend. Oh, I was so into it. Patricia Arquette was brilliant. They were all amazing. The last time my kids made me laugh really hard, every single day. My sons are comedians, they jump all over, they're breaking out into comedy at all times. My last big splurge was, I was in Utah shooting Staging Christmas, and I bought crystals. I love crystals. And I have a collection of crystals. They're so beautiful, and I could crystal shop all day long.